In South Africa, premature births are the leading cause of death in children under the age of 5. Globally, around 15 million children are born preterm every year. In 2015, 1 million infants died as a result. CGTN's Scheier has more.
It was meant to be a happy time for Marie Botha, but in her 19th week of pregnancy, her baby stopped growing, and 5 weeks later, she went in for an emergency cesarean. Baby Botha weighed just 400 grams.
We didn't see her. They just took her away and stabilized her so that, the doctors can work with her. I wasn't allowed to see her for 24 hours. We couldn't touch her. Her skin was too, if you touch her, her skin would break we couldn't touch her. You could see her heart shining through her skin, like it was a dark spot where her heart was.
In the weeks that followed, things took a turn for the worse. Marie suffered renal failure. She wasn't able to bond with her baby or breastfeed her. Medical bills soared and the trauma escalated.
It was absolute hell. Waking up every day knowing that your child is fighting her own battle. You have to fight your battle because you need to stay alive for her. She's fighting. You go through a lot of emotions. You go through a lot of things in your head. You go through depression. You go through times of, I started having a lot of anxiety attacks.
Medical advances and lots of nurturing have helped increase survival chances for preterm babies. Many go on to live healthy and happy lives, but there are still thousands who don't go beyond the first few days of life.
80% of babies that are born prematurely die within the first 2 hours of life. And then those who are born very low birth weight will die in the next few weeks, very likely. And very few make it because there are so many obviously adverse consequences to prematurity.
Marie eventually recovered after 2 months, and she was able to hold her baby and nurture her. Little Roashi is now 6 months old, but is still in hospital.
She went through a lot of ups and downs, but she's a fighter. She's my hero through and through because she's been through so much and she just never gave up. There were so many days that she could have just said, I'm done. And she never did. But she's doing so well now.
Prematurity is often the result of a mother's failing health, and if preterm babies survive, they can suffer lifelong effects that can be challenging. Scheier, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.